it right. The race and the gal is tight, it's ornamental bet light. Yeah, Market Mania flow. Big up to Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Me tell you about Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Market. Make love on election night. Your job is to hit it right. Make love on election night. Your job is to hit it right. Market Mania flow. Get the dough. Market Mania show. Now you know. Market Mania show. Girl on the floor. Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow.
The stock market, meaning companies, new highs. I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. Nuts, they're nuts. They know nothing.
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
Welcome, my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania, presented by Kalshi. The no bullshit approach to all markets, including election betting, cryptocurrency, and the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. We're back, baby. And we found another one of Trump's golfing partners, Josh Arieh. Thank you for joining us today, Josh.
Thanks for having me, guys. Big fan, love watching the show, and glad that you guys can give Matt something to do during the day when he's instead of studying for $400 moneymaker events.
And circuit. I mean, some of that study won him a circuit ring recently. We have to give him that.
He has more rings than I do.
That's true. And you have more bracelets than all of us combined. So there's that. So what are we gonna do? Thank you very much, Josh, for being on. The top story today, and we're gonna get your reaction to this, is the big move for Harris, really all over the place. This post is just Michigan here. That is a violent move for Harris. And then Tony, pull up the general just so we can really see the pronounced move in the bigger market. And then Josh Arieh, special guest today, what do you make of the wagering markets on the presidential election?
Man, I'm undecided on the changes, like the small moves here and there, because I think the markets all panic on one little thing here, one little thing there. But one thing that I really like about it, I really like how everybody's involved. I remember the last two election days, how the progression of the betting was insane. Like it was two of my most memorable gambling events of my entire life, just watching the lines move and Trump going from, in a matter of like 2 minutes, Trump going from plus 400 to minus 600. I mean, it's just mind boggling to me. And it's just a really, the election is just a really cool thing to bet on. And I'm glad that people are actually able to legally bet on it now at Kalshi, and people are getting more involved and seeing the fun that I've had the last two elections.
Yeah, there's obviously massive money in crypto, like betting on other markets. There's big American money now coming in on Kalshi and like ACHs, click that money in right from your checking account. That's getting people action. Now, what did you have, if you don't mind telling us, in the 2016 election when Trump shocked the world, and then in the 2020 election, what side were you on then? Me personally, I was on Hillary big in 2016. That was a huge L. I was firing Biden, and I mean, we have a digital record of that from 2020. I think you remember that stream. And then we were just like clicking in the Biden bets when Trump gets like, minus, like you said.
Yeah, I did have Hillary, and I lost pretty bad. I don't remember the amount. And then last time around, I had Biden as well. It was just a time, it just seemed like Biden was the right guy. Everybody was really worried about, Trump's personality and how big of an asshole he is. And so Biden seemed pretty easy last time. I think I had like maybe 40,000 bet last time around. But yeah, I'm not betting near as much this time around, and I actually didn't vote the way that I bet. So it's
little cryptic
yeah,
there.
it's
You're not gonna let us know. You're not gonna let us know, right? You're gonna
um
hold that one close to the chest.
I
You're gonna
would
hold those
assume that
cards.
means he voted for Trump and bet on Biden.
Brett, you're so
Not a
correct.
genius,
Sharp,
but
sharp Richie,
yeah,
sharp
like I'm
Richie.
not a genius unless Jill Stein. Maybe he threw one on Jill Stein for the hell of it.
Oh,
No, you know what? It's the thing about Jill Stein. Jill Stein is the libertarian. Am I right?
No, she's the Green Party.
Okay. Well, so one of my best friends in the world, he was a groomsman in my wedding. He, like 20 years ago, he would tell me, I'm voting libertarian, I vote libertarian. And I always was like telling him, why do you waste your vote? You know that that person's not going to win. And now, fast forward to where we are now with the two-party system so fucked up.
Yeah.
And I look back at him telling me he's voting libertarian. And if that movement could have gotten better traction 20 years ago, we might not be where we are now. And we might not have a two-party system with two complete bums looking to run our country. And
that's very well said right there. And I mean, hey, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today.
yeah, that's a good point. So
what about 10 years ago? That might be
so now it's like, so to all the people out there that like that are where I was 20 years ago, it's not the wrong time to vote for somebody else other than the two major parties, because your kids and your grandkids might get the benefits from that and get this old outdated system, out of the biggest election in the world.
Shit, man. I can co-sign a lot of that. I mean, I think your vote for any party's bullshit. I don't think that you're gonna, game theory wise, I don't think you don't move the needle at all, and you waste some gas to go there and vote. But that's just one guy's opinion that wants it all to burn down as well, and a better system to be created. Matt Glantz, you're betting Kamala, so I hear on the street. You see that this tweet, Trump basket off nearly 6%. I mean, is that really, do you think, I mean, is that people unwinding the election bets? The equities got tanked on, yesterday. Is that really people?
Just so you know, when we're talking about Trump basket, that's this basket of stocks that big firms recommend for each candidate based on who wins belongs to certain stocks. So this is the Trump basket of, like, I don't know, like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, some oil stocks, whatever. Basically, any kind of inflationary or higher interest rate stocks are good if Trump wins. So that's selling off today. The market sold off yesterday. So things are definitely turning, because for the past month, 30 days straight, those stocks have done nothing but go up, because everyone just is assuming Trump's going to win. So people are either getting out, taking their profits, or getting nervous and betting the other side, one or the other. But I think we got some breaking news. I don't know if you see that there, Mike, on Sentient Telegram. You want to read it out?
I don't. I'm gonna have to. Do you think I'm locked and loaded like that? Yeah, let me check it out. And so this is breaking news right now?
Yes.
Okay, breaking news. Senior Harris campaign officials say campaign internal data show them winning by double digits among battleground state voters who made up their mind in the last week. Maybe Josh, did you see that when they brought on an insult comic and decided to just skewer Latinos in all of Puerto Rico? I mean, that's like the biggest blunder. That's like that Jungle Man hand in the 50K where the guy folds for like a half a bet and limit hold'em. Like, that is an epic blunder, right?
The game theory and the decisions made by both parties is unbelievably horrible. Like, there's obviously some work to be done when it comes to game theory for both of these people, both sides. And it's just stupidness after stupidness out of both of them. And for the Democrats, they keep putting Kamala on stage and she speaks so bad. And then the Republicans cut it all up and make it look worse. And then you've got Trump up there without a teleprompter, just trying to make people laugh. And thinks he's in the locker room with 4 of his buddies and he can say whatever he wants, but you just can't. You can't just spew the shit that he spews on stage and expect to win an election. And to have an election committee or a campaign staff to sit there, and they have to be looking through with beer goggles, because there's no way that a campaign staff manager would continue to allow both of these people to continue on the same path that they're going.
Unforced errors. We keep every day. We keep saying unforced errors.
I can't believe an insult comic said just, all right, fuck Puerto Rico. That they're just like, oh, all the Hispanics come inside. Let's make a fucking like sex joke right now in the middle of
but Brian, the very next day,
yes,
Joe Biden goes on stage and calls half of America garbage.
Yes.
These people are
insane.
fucking stupid.
Batshit
Biden
crazy.
is not smart.
He's eating a baby. He's biting the babies, calling everybody trash, and then I mean, I really feel like I live in clown world idiocracy. Then that happens. Then Trump dresses up as a trash man to make fun of the garbage comment, and you're like, I can't believe this is real life. I can't believe this is where American politics are. Everybody remembers like the late 90s, the early 2000s, and everyone's like, well, I respect my opponent even though I disagree with him. And like now it's just like the Trump rant. Oh my God.
Can you imagine the war room, like before, when they come up with these ideas, like the trash bag idea? Can you imagine the war room like, oh, guys, I got this great idea. We're going to have Trump ride around in a garbage truck, hanging out the window, saying I'm garbage. I mean, guys, these are horrible, horrible sitcoms.
Damn it, Josh, that's great. That's great. Let's run with it. Trash man Trump tomorrow.
Dude, I think the garbage truck and wearing the outfit for the rally was smart of Trump, personally.
So, guys, speaking of unforced errors, Tony's got a video here. Another unforced error. We came out yesterday. Here we go.
This is the media being deceptive.
And I don't blame him for sticking with his daughter, but his daughter is a very dumb individual, very dumb. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, and I don't blame him for sticking with his.
Can't say that. You can't do that one either. You can't say that. You can't say that.
So Brent's going to bring up a point here, which I agree with, that on both sides, when somebody makes a goof like this,
that's
they
not
exaggerate. They make it look a lot worse than it needs to be.
Go ahead, Brett. You're going to have to tee off here.
Let me just present this real quick. So
set him up.
He made a comment there where he just said, like, Liz Cheney is against him. She's supporting Kamala. She's a turncoat from the Republicans in his eyes. So he said, well, she's a warmonger. He's basically making the point that she's a warmonger, and let's put her in front of a firing squad of 9 barrels and see how tough she is then. So that's his point. And so Brent's going to say, well, they don't bring up what he was really trying to say. They're just
let him say it,
right? But the thing is, you just don't say those kind of things when you're running for president in America. This is not like,
Brett,
he got my vote.
Brett,
got my vote. Send her ass to Iraq and give her a rifle and see what happens. That's his point. These politicians, they love to send everyone else's kids off to war. It's not their kids. It's not themselves. That's what Trump is saying. This lady loves war. She loves sending people to war. That's what her entire political career has been based on. We need to be in more wars. We need to send more people. War, war, war. That's what the Democratic Party is now. It's what that represents. It's the party of war. Trump is saying, look, if this lady loves war so much, how would she like it if she was the one actually staring it down some of these guns? That's what he's saying.
I agree with you that he was trying to make a point about her being a war fanatic and she's never been to war and she shouldn't be like that. There's no doubt about that. Okay, but in America, running for president, running for elected office, you don't say things like that about your political opponents. You don't say that they should be in front of a firing squad. You don't say
he didn't say firing squad. He said, how'd she like it if there's 9 guns pointed at her? He didn't say firing
but
squad.
that kind of insinuates. I mean, he obviously made
it could be what about an active war zone.
He obviously meant what if she goes to war? But it sounded like
because the Daily Beast told you that. No, I'm not buying it.
9 barrels is a firing squad. Okay, that's what it
No.
means.
I think it's 7 or 5.
I don't think it's firing squad 9.
I mean, I don't know. There's
How many
different
guns are in a
countries.
firing squad? I'm looking it up.
It's usually like 5, and then like only one of them has the bullet, so nobody
6,
knows who shot him.
Yeah, there's
or something.
5 people on a firing squad. All right, he's not even talking about a firing squad.
We need a firing squad expert here.
So just put it this way: Brett would not have the same opinion if it was Kamala Harris saying that Trump never went to war. He had the foot.
Well, the media would cover it completely
and he
different.
should be in front of not 9 barrels.
The media would cover for her for sure, right? They would be in their power to twist her words to the positive.
Tony, switch it to Trump's Twitter. I can't deal with this anymore. You guys we could go long form. This could go for Josh. You've seen these two. You know us all in real life. This could go on for an hour and a half. If we were in a tournament and like it was like level 2. If it was
it
level
would go
2,
on till 8 p.m.
No, that would be knocked out with level 4.
so now this is great. I want to get since we have our special guest Josh Arieh from Poker Stake is where you can find some of the things that he's built, and then I guess you get staked on poker. I'm unknowledgeable.
Yeah, no, Poker Stake is it's a marketplace to where you can buy percentages of pro poker players, some rec poker players in any tournament that they list. They could be small tournaments, big tournaments.
I'll take a piece of Foxen.
Yeah,
1.02, pretty low markup.
She's headed to Triton.
She's so good.
Yeah,
how good is Kristen? How good is Kristen Foxen? Like people like people that actually don't play like she's like also she's an OG like online like
I think she just won another bracelet. I think she just won like her fifth bracelet online last week or something. Yeah, she's really good. But yeah, we don't charge any we charge no fees for the buyer or seller. So it's really good for poker. It helps reach the pockets of people that can never make it to the casino. And we're just trying to, do our share to look at the chainsaw right there, front and center.
Yeah.
How do you make money? There's no fee on either side?
We don't make money. We don't. We lose on every transaction, but it's good for poker. And
great strategy.
We're
excellent strategy.
Thank you. We're just we're in the business of wanting poker to survive. So
Josh, I have 3 questions for you about Poker Stake.
Okay.
Do you guys sell gold or silver coins on that site?
Gold or silver coins?
Yeah.
No, Matt, we don't sell gold or silver. When you buy a piece of me, it's kind of golden.
Do you sell $100,000? Do you sell $100,000 sneakers on that site?
Okay, I see.
$100,000 sneakers. Mike, do you have $100,000 sneakers?
I don't. I'm not that big. I got.
Please, Josh, please just answer the question.
No, Matt, we don't sell $100,000.
The last question: do you sell gold sneakers on that site?
You gotta be kidding.
That was the second
I am an owner of 1 pair of gold sneakers.
$100,000 watches, gold sneakers, and gold and silver bullion coins.
It's a grifty thing.
Those are kind of things that grifters sell. That the guy that you might have voted for, Donald Trump, is selling all 3 of those things on this
site. That guy also made this tweet. Tony, pull it up. Pull up the tweet. Thank you very much for telling us about the Poker Stake. So this is an amazing classic. This is being called a classic Trump tweet. Yeah, is what I see. Autism Capital is all over it. Greg 05, whatever. I mean, like the replies are just like the who's who of the internet. And you can see this, you guys, if you really want to read it, you can read it. It's just like, this is your former president, 45th president of the United States. And it says Mark Cuban. Obviously, they've been drawn back and forth. That's like sort of the Democrats' Elon, if you will, this time around. And he says that and Trump's firing back. He says the guy's ugly inside and out. He says that he has a low club swing. He has no club head speed. And now, Josh, you've played golf with Donald Trump. Somehow the second Market Mania guest that's played golf with Donald Trump. That feels weird. So what do you think? What do you think? Is he like this on the course? Is this how how it is?
You know what? He's everybody asked me this, and being around him is very, very similar to being around Helmuth. Like trying to make everybody laugh, trying to be funny. It's not that funny.
Right, not too late to change the vote after that.
But then like there are moments of real human, like you can tell he's a real human. But but you know, it circles back to about him just as fast as possible. But it was an amazing experience. I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Very Helmy. That's great. It's just like how that
Oh,
makes
for
sense,
sure.
actually. Honestly, like both narcissists in that like
sure.
way, but like, you know, both
100%.
like always constant promotion, just like at
Yeah,
all
yeah.
times. Like if anybody, you know what they both do? You know what I've noticed that both there's a lot, you know, there's a lot of fucking similarities there. They all, whenever somebody wants like the
analogy.
autograph or the picture or something, like Trump is always trying to take that picture or something. And like you've seen
Yeah.
Helmuth like just like all like just like, oh, like you want the selfie for your uncle? Yeah, tell him you met
Act
Phil.
like you're
Tell him you
like
met Phil
acts,
Helmuth.
he acts like he's bothered, but like he's
Yeah.
really just like loving the moment. Yeah.
Dude, so I was playing one of the smaller tournaments at the 500 or 1K at the World Series last summer, and I ate dinner with Helmuth on the break. I came back to my table, like half the people were like, "Oh my God, like you know Helmuth, like how did you do that? How did you have dinner with him?" So you know, he's still got that aura.
For sure.
Certainly
He
amongst
definitely
those
does.
the smaller buy-in fields.
Yeah, he's
Dude,
definitely Helmuth is definitely top 2, top 3 in poker promoter over the last 25 years, and still is.
Yeah. He's going to be on our show on Tuesday also. Fun fact.
This is going to be great. Honestly, it's going to be great to have him on for election special.
Sure.
I treasure my Helmuth dinners. I remember that it's like we're sitting there, we walk into the Aria. That's his, you know, that's his fucking spot. And he's just like, we go to Javier's or some shit, and he just walks in, he's like, just stay here, just stand here, Mike. And they immediately give him the table up front. He just like loves, he's like, you could see him like beaming, and like 6 times the meal's interrupted, be like, excuse me, Phil, just do, I mean, you know, my cousin Jimmy's like a huge fan. Like, is there any way that you could like, you know, just again, like every time he's like, oh yes, okay, here, yep, take the picture.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great self-promoter, and he's
right after it happens,
a smart guy.
He looks at you, he's like, Brian, they love it. They love me like this. Do you see how much that you're just like, I can see Trump just signing the thing,
sure.
like putting on the hat, and be like, you see, guys, they just love me everywhere I go. Like,
you know, I've got one real quick Trump story where we're on like hole number 10, and they were building the grandstands for the Live Tour that was going to be there 2 weeks after the date that I was there playing. And there's no press, there's nobody around there. It's literally our group, which is 3 guys, Trump and some caddies, and then the Secret Service. And there's these guys, a group of guys building the grandstands. And Trump walks through some mud up to a silt fence and yells says, hey, like, one of you guys come here. And he reaches in his pocket and hands them 2 small face hundreds, either 2 or 3 small face, like old. He had a brick of small faced hundreds, and handed the guys like either 200 or 300 bucks, and said, I'm buying your lunch today. And that was pretty cool, because this wasn't like some press moment where there's cameras watching. I mean, I don't think that he maybe he really outplayed me and knows that I would tell the story. You know, that would be one of the memorable things. But I thought that was a human moment for him. Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Matt, generous Trump. He's just tipping people. The cameras are off.
But I thought it was so cool that he literally walked around and has a brick of small-faced hundreds.
Yeah,
like, that's old
money.
They haven't made those since 97, maybe.
Been spending hundreds since they had small faces.
More breaking news, guys.
All right, Tony, the producer, what do you got here? You got "This is not good for MAGA" classic. You always want to tweet everything. We do it too with our thumbnails. Everything's clickbait, short form media these days. That's just that's all the attention span we have. Harris leads among individuals who have already voted, and he's just crushing it in Pennsylvania, is what they're saying. But I thought this was
get off the losing side. This is not.
I don't think they needed to put states at the bottom of this chart. I think we could figure out what the x-axis represented.
So, okay. I thought that was known, though. I thought it was known that everybody votes Dem early, mail in, everything. Tony, the producer.
That was before this election season, because this is the first time that Republicans are going out early because Trump is really promoting that. It's
Tony.
I mean, does this surprise anybody that the early voters are going for Kamala? It seems like that's always been their play. Plus, it seems like there's a lot of evidence of fake mail-in ballots coming in that are all going for Kamala.
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go.
A lot of evidence.
I mean, I'm seeing footage of it, just like the last election. We don't know if it's true or not, but we're seeing footage, security cam footage of people going up to polls, just dropping in 40, 50 different ballots at a time and walking.
That guy was a postmaster. That video is of a postmaster.
You better come with video evidence on Market Mania next time.
There's a lot of stuff out there. Like, guys, I spent a lot of time in the ideological ghetto, like in the 4chans of the world and stuff, the places you're not supposed to be, bitch shoot.
We know that.
95% of that, 95% of that is bullshit. But when you watch something matriculate outwards from 4chan to the mainstream media, you can follow the plumbing of how this stuff happens. And when you follow the plumbing, it starts to look a little different. That's all I'm saying. So
you bring us the plumbing next time. We need to look under there. We need to see those PVC pipes. I want Tony, the producer, now Tony, the plumber, deep in 4chan, and he's going to bring. I would love it if you bring out some 4chan stuff for us in the future.
Drop some green text on you. I don't want to watch heads explode on the show, though. But here we are.
This is your story. This is your story, right? The 10 billion suit.
Just want to hit this real quick because it was sort of part of our election rhetoric topics. Trump is suing CBS for $10 billion for election interference via deceptive news distortion. Now, all the networks do this, but the reason he picked CBS is because they had this interview with Kamala Harris where they took her word salad answer to a question and replaced it with another section of the interview, which, I mean, that's not great. It's obviously bad tactics, but it's not illegal, and they're not going to be able to sue successfully for this. I happen to think maybe the punishment or the process is the punishment for CBS here. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Does he have a chance here?
Tony, they're saying turn up your mic, by the way.
Oh, okay.
You know, let me tell you what I think about it. I think that that's a bullshit suit, and I think he's got a valid point on CBS not doing actual journalism and then trying to curve it for Kamala. But this is just what is
with every lawsuit? Russia just fined Google more money than exists in the world. Alex Jones, $1 billion. It's what is with these amounts? Like, pick a reasonable. I'm not defending. Oh, first off, he shouldn't have to pay $1 billion fine as a citizen. It's ridiculous. Not an Alex Jones fan either, but
big Alex Jones fan. He shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
He's got, it's like Alex Jones fires a fucking machine gun and then like two of those bullets hit and they're like, see, he's right. Like, look at that. He got one right.
Either way, finding a citizen $1 billion is ridiculous.
Tony, we got special guest Josh Arieh. Special guest Josh Arieh is joining us. My safety glasses are on. The not investment advice hat is affixed. It's time for the Market Mania pick of the day.
Make the party rock, drop it like it's hot. Everybody stack, I'm stacking to the top.
Josh Arieh, thank you for being our special guest, but Matt Glantz is up first. What is your pick of the day, Matt?
I hope Tony's going to bring it up because I don't. Oh, there we go. Carrie Lake. I'm shorting Carrie Lake, so this guy Ruben Galago, I don't even know, but Carrie Lake has no chance to win the Senate race in Arizona. So I've been selling. I started selling her at 27 cents up to 30 cents. I'll probably sell more. She's drawing stone dead to win the Senate race. This lady is cuckoo birds.
Okay, I have to interject here. It wasn't a day ago that Trump was 66% and Glantz was giving all the examples of 2-to-1 underdogs that were drawing live. And now this poor lady is 3-to-1 underdog and she's drawing stone dead. She has no chance. It's over.
What do you got to say about that, Glantz? What do you got to say?
I mean, we'll bring back Josh next week, and we'll go over the Carrie Lake bets versus the Trump bets. We'll see how it works out.
Okay,
I love it. Thank you, Josh Arieh, for holding Matt's feet to the fire. You are a great guest. You are welcome back anytime. Brett Ritchie, what is your pick of the day?
Keeping it simple again. I'm going with the engine of the casino, Bitcoin, into the election. Some slight correlation with Trump, but honestly, I think that any kind of dip, if Kamala wins, would also be an excellent buying opportunity. I don't think Kamala's going to be as bad for the markets as people sort of fear. So yeah, Bitcoin.
All right, Josh Arieh, you are the special guest today. What is your pick of the day?
You know, I try to follow smart people, and I was going to go one direction, but I think I'm going to go with Tesla. You know,
oh my God, you told us.
Elon is a sharp guy, and I just can't see, you know, this guy, I can't see him losing. You know, when it comes, I'm not talking about the election, I'm talking about in business. Everything he does just it just seems to make sense. So I like Tesla as a long-term hold.
Okay, just by the way, pre-show, his pick was Bitcoin, and then he prefaced his pick here after I picked Bitcoin. He says, "I like to follow smart people," and he
so I'm not following him. I'm glad you caught that, Brett.
Yeah.
I thought I was setting him up for like the Bitcoin too. And I was like, oh yeah, I also think
that's great.
That's Brett. That is the second time I've watched like 3 shows. There's been like you had the same pick as somebody else.
Matt, if Matt's betting on the Republicans, I always tail him. I'll always blindly tail Matt betting Republican.
There was like a million different options to pick from, and but yeah, no, I like Tesla. I like putting my money where smart people put theirs.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Thank you very much for being on the show, Josh. You can find him over at Poker Steak. My pick of the day was like Trump. It doesn't matter, Tony. Don't even worry about it. It was like Trump general, Kamala popular. I think it was my same one from yesterday. But I fucking love that bet. A divided bet for a divided nation. Sounds. That's how I feel the election's gonna go. Just vibes. Kamala can't lose the popular. I think Trump ends up winning. Whatever. We will see on November 5th. Remember, Josh Arieh, I believe that you have told us you're going to drop by as well.
For sure, whatever. The election night show is awesome. I love having it on in the background and listening to you guys talk shit.
Big appreciate for that. Tony, get a bracelet count on the little stream for election night. We want to see how many total bracelets have been on the show. I'll bet you that that number ticks pretty high.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if
Matt,
that's possible.
Hey Matt, have you asked D-Negs to come on?
Yeah, he's coming on Tuesday.
Cool.
By the way, Mike, I just realized we have to give Josh a little shout out here. He just passed Sean Deeb on the all-time poker money list this week.
Oh boy,
nice.
Boy.
Big jump right there.
Yeah.
Josh, what do you got? What is your earnings? What is Sean's earnings?
Mine is Deeb plus 300K.
Which is what we're talking 10 million, right? Over 10 million.
13 and change.
13 million. This guy won in poker, guys.
Yeah, I'm really good.
Sean Deeb.
Really good. I'm really good.
Better than Sean Deeb based on the numbers.
300K worth.
We got data point. Join us. Thank you very much, Josh, for being on the show. You can find him over at Poker Steak, I guess, in some points. I'm listening. Next time I fire a tournament, I'm listing my shit over there.
Absolutely. Hit me up.
I'm doing that. People like to buy pieces of me for whatever reason. You know, they like washed up old poker players.
Fun sweat.
Yeah. You know, fuck, man. I could click it in. I could. I'm not going to fold. And we're going to have a hell of a special for you. It's going to be Mike on Music Hour with Violetta Zeroni is gonna come on about an hour before we get started. Put your clocks for 5 p.m. on that. Remember, the 5th of November, this whole insanity will come to some sort of a close. Maybe not that night, but soon thereafter. We will be tracking it all. We're going to leave you with one tonight from Kanye West. And this is his song Power from 2010. It's a 14-year-old song. It goes a little something like this. Powell's, Austin, Powers, lost in translation with the whole fucking nation. They say I was the abomination of Obama's nation. Well, that's a pretty bad way to start the conversation. Like and subscribe this show, Market Mania Show on X. Click it over on YouTube, hit all the buttons, and we will keep doing this for you. Big shout to Kalshi. We'll see you November 5th. We'll see you tomorrow. If there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep. if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on.
Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold, or a domino, out of control. The usual. Get mad cause I'm looking at your girl.
Switch it up.
I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard got the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury. However, turn it where I would turn it. Can't lie like it's Mississippi burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine should've looked the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind. Was afraid of the time. Strobe light flicker in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now. How about tonight? My interview's tight now.